it was very nice meeting.
Okay. It's loading. Okay. Yeah, I think I've started.
I'm not hurry.
So, once again, welcome to the marketing working group meeting. For anyone that will be like watching the recording later, this is the marketing working group bi-weekly meeting. And today we have like a couple of agenda, but the first thing on the agenda is check-in. So I want us to just like not usually just dive um into the business of the day, just checking with each other how we are doing and stuff. So yeah, since it's just me and you here, how are you today, apart from seriously watching Olympics?
I'm very good and looking forward for actually the game we have with France now. So yes, I'm watching it really closely.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I'm also great. I've been like here and there, and over the weekend I had this interesting conversation around open source sustainability. It was really really nice. So yeah, that's basically it. The week has been going well, I guess. Today is just Tuesday, and it's almost the end of July, so looking forward to a new month, basically. So, okay, so let's just get into it. Let me share my screen. Need to summarize off. No. Okay. I don't know the one I'm using. No. I think it's this. All right. Not sure the one I'm actually using. I just have them all open. Oh, this is
When we do small talk, when we have small talk, we can.
Is it? This is just now.
I just learned that we no longer stream our meetings to X.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's because they introduced that you can stream to X only if you have X Premium, of course.
Oh,
So yeah.
oh, okay. I thought we actually do have experiment. We have the blue tick, right?
No, we don't. No. Do we? No, we don't.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
In the future.
Oh, that's the new thing with
Small talk important.
I'm still like looking for it, but it's this. So yeah, so this is what I have on the agenda. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah, I can see your screen. Yeah.
Okay, so this is what I have on the agenda. I thought other people would be here. I think I've given you personally the update of the API configures, but I'm going to give it again generally. So API configures happened last week, and I think API was part of the community partners. It was nice because we were given about 5 to 10 minutes to talk about I think API community and also our tools, and we got a lot of people interested in contributing. I just hope it's not just because of the gifts and they are really, really interested to contribute to Async API. And I think another thing that we got out of the event is we had a lot of students in present, and what that means is that when we are having our student ambassador program and when we want to have our student ambassadors, we can reach out to these folks which are already in the community now. We can just reach out to them as part of our to be our ambassadors. So Yeah, it was quite a large and successful event because we had over 600 people in attendance, and there were interesting topics around API security, tools, and everything about API generally. Yeah, so that's about API Conf Lagos. We are looking forward to another big event in coming years, and it's also like going to have some smaller events that I don't know. I think API can also be part of in the nearest future. Okay, so the next thing on my agenda is I think API Comfort Tour, the London speakers announcement. So we have closed the London CFP since like 2 weeks ago, and we have also opened the CFP for the Paris, which is standing as a major event, not Comfort Tour now, is a major event. However, we have also started sending out the speakers announcements for the London. I think I posted the second one today. So yeah, I just that out as well, that we have started announcing our speakers for London Async API on tour. Yep. Yeah, so the next thing is the buffer subscription. So I think I had a conversation with Lucas last week to check out buffer. We are still on the trial mode right now. So what I got from that is we can use it, but we cannot use it for engagement, which is something that I really needed it for. So I reached out to them because I noticed that it was just Instagram and Facebook that was available for engagement. So I sent them an email, and they responded and said that that is what they have for now, and they are looking forward to adding more social media platforms on the app, but they don't know when that is going to happen. So apparently I can get analytics. Actually, I have some pretty nice analytics here. Let me open buffer. Yes, engage. This is the analytics. Yeah, we have some nice analytics, especially from LinkedIn. So we have pretty nice analytics. We can see our total audience, our impression for these are the total one, but if you go to like click on a specific like LinkedIn, you get the performance for the week. This is increase in followers by 3%. We have impressions, which is down a little bit, new followers, the clicks that we have for this week. And then the post, I think it's for this month actually, and then engagement rate, which is looking like yeah, so this is how the analytics is looking like for LinkedIn, and for Twitter is like this. It's looking like this on Twitter. So we do not have analytics for Mastodon here. It's not showing for Mastodon. It's only showing for Twitter and LinkedIn. And then for the engagement, I cannot still like use the engagement because it's just Facebook and Instagram they have on it. So I'm now thinking, if we have, I don't see point in actually paying for the subscription, since we actually needed it for engagement mostly and analytics. But if we are using common room, if analytics can be going to common room, or we can get analytics from all these platforms themselves, like Twitter itself and LinkedIn. But I don't see reason for us to actually pay for this subscription.
But what's the alternative? Like, for example, Twitter analytics, we cannot get them from Twitter, right? Because they are not available if you don't have Blue. blue mark?
Yes, but so personally, I cannot get them. So I think Tuli can do that if she has access to the account. So that's the major blocker now. So engaging with people that are responding on the posts, on each of the posts, cannot happen because I do not have like direct access to these things. And I was hoping I would be able to do it through Buffer. But with this current realization, that would not be possible as well.
And it's not possible, not because we don't have subscription, it's just that they just don't support.
Yes, they don't support it. It's not because of the subscription, because we are currently I have 7 days left for my free trial. So I've been trying to analyze it and see how it works best for us. That was why I reached out. I sent them an email to inform them that I only saw Instagram and Facebook, and they responded and said that that's what they have currently, and they do not the time frame when they would add other platforms not in view yet, so they're not sure when that's going to happen.
Okay, but then still, isn't it beneficial for you that you just have one application where you, from one place, can access analytics from LinkedIn, from Twitter, probably Mastodon, and also YouTube, as far as I know what they're supporting?
Okay, so I thought there's no Mastodon support Mastodon. I think I can definitely track Twitter and LinkedIn, but Mastodon is not there. I will also reach out back to know if Facebook can be added to this. But currently, I'm not seeing Facebook here. I mean YouTube rather, YouTube. I'm going to confirm if YouTube can be added. There is Facebook, there is Instagram, there is Shopify, there is LinkedIn, there is Twitter, but there is no Mastodon and YouTube. So I'm going to reach out to them to confirm, because I'm supposed to be getting all the channels they are supporting now that we are on the free trial, to know what we are going to get when we start subscribing for it. So
Because the thing, I mean, even because engagement, just to clarify for me and also for others. So when it comes to engagement, what you counted is or counted for is that you. So I don't even know how to ask the question. So now with Buffer, you can create new tweets, you can create new LinkedIn posts, but the problem is you cannot comment under somebody's post.
yes. So I think the main concern here is when there is a post regarding hi Nema, thanks for joining us. If you can hear me. Hi Akshat.
Hi,
Thanks for
Akshat.
joining us.
Hi, Lucas. Hi, everyone. Hi. I think you're Bami only, right? On the Slack.
Bye.
Hi, Bami.
Yes. Bye on the Slack. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Thanks for joining us. So, as I was saying, engaging with other posts, like other people's posts, and also for folks that are like commenting or retweeting our post as well. So that is kind of like impossible, which is going to be deepening the engagement rates, because there will not be anything going on. We'll just like make the post and that'll be it.
Like, is it because there is like Twitter Premium to get the analytics? Is it because of that, or is something else like we are not able to get the real time data?
No.
Sorry, I'm not sure I got that.
Okay. I'm just asking. Like you said that you are not able to get those impressions data, right, from Twitter?
Oh, yeah. So the reason is because I don't have direct access to the Twitter account. That's
Okay,
the
have you
reason.
tried with your account? Like, can you able to do it via the tokens via your account or something like that?
Have I been able to do it via what?
So, like, are you able to process the data like from the like you said that you don't have access to the async API Twitter account, right? But have you
Yes.
tried to analyze that same analytics over your account, your Twitter account?
Okay, from my own personal Twitter account.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Like from my personal experience, like um all the Twitter analytics, like all the Twitter analysis has not gone into the premium. There is some part like we can analyze to get some data around the account, around the Twitter account, but it's all about that we have to go through those particular things. I think you are using some external tool like Buffer, right?
Yes,
For
yes,
this.
yes. That's what we're on right now.
Mhm, What they actually needed for to analyze our account? Can you tell me like what they need
Y-
our token or something?
Yeah, I can analyze through Buffer. The major concern here is engaging the posts, right? So Buffer do not encode Instagram, I mean LinkedIn and Twitter is not on Buffer for engagement. It's just Instagram and Facebook. So that's the major problem.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can analyze. There's analytics on Buffer. I can literally just this is everything. I literally just get all the analytics on Buffer. But like engaging with the post, engaging with the folks reposting and people tagging us on either LinkedIn or X is not possible using Buffer. That's what I'm saying.
Yes. Sure.
Do you
Have
get it?
Yes.
so actually basically the thing is that
Mm.
um till I don't know, when I was managing the Twitter account, we were like guerrillas rather than organized group, me and Fran. So we basically shared the same account name and the password to access Twitter, for example, and publish things. But the more we grow, the more serious we get, we shouldn't do it, basically. Because
Okay.
especially with all these issues about leaking access to social media, etc. So that's why Bami doesn't have direct access to Twitter. Basically, not because we don't like Bami. It's just that we don't want to again continue this bad approach we had in the past, that where when we were sharing passwords. It's just that's why we want to abstract access to LinkedIn, to Twitter, and all the other channels through a single application like Buffer. And we're even ready to, I mean, I don't know yet if we're ready to pay for it, but I'm ready to submit a request to TSC to approve such costs. So that's what we hoped Buffer will solve, that it will make it easier to access analytics, because otherwise Bami would have to have direct access to the account to get access to analytics from LinkedIn even.
Okay.
And
So
in case of
are like
engagement, yeah,
yeah.
sorry.
Just my question is like, is Barney using like his personal account right now, or is he using like is he she signed in with the Async API account? Like we can have a Sync API account over there in Engage.
You mean Buffer?
Yeah. Sorry, before yeah.
No, and that's the problem. So Buffer gives analytics, but does not give us the engagement part. So it only allows Bami to publish posts, not to really comment on somebody's comment, to interact, to retweet, etc. This kind of engagement is not possible with Buffer. And for now, I bet Bami is sharing probably account with Tuli, But again, it's because we don't have professional subscription. Once we get professional subscription, it gives us this team setup where you can invite people, give different
Okay,
access
got it.
rights, etc. But Bami, did you maybe check if there's some alternatives like from to Buffer, something that would work
Like
like
they're
Buffer
using
but better?
Buffer or like another tool entirely.
Mhm. Yeah.
And that's all. Yeah, I haven't done that. I'm going to just check in on that because I was also like waiting for your response on Common Room. Because also if Common Room can give us the analytics on Instagram, I mean on X and LinkedIn, maybe we don't really need to subscribe on Buffer. So
But Common Room was not giving the engagement part anyway. So
yes,
it
they
was
are not as well. So
yeah.
same sort
Yeah.
of.
And they stopped responding. So and the problem is that in case of Common Room, I'm discussing with sales, so they don't care. In case of Buffer, I already reached out and they might offer us 50% discount.
Oh, okay.
But let's see if there are alternatives. Maybe there's because I'm not good with these topics and this application, so maybe there is something else.
There are definitely others. So I'm just going to check out like HubSpots and the likes if their own packages is better, and probably reach out to them.
Yeah. But in the end, if there will be not, I think we should still. I mean, in the end, it's all about. We should always strive for a setup where we don't lose time on clicking, basically. So, so even if we end up that there's no other tool and we don't get an engagement, but at least one place to collect analytics, I think it's still useful. Because it's going to be maybe $200 for initiative, let's say a year, but you're going to save a lot of time by just having one tool where you gather all the analytics and you adjust the messaging, etc. You see how people react, and etc., etc. So I think when you do research, basically, I don't make engagement as must have, I would say. Don't treat it as must have. If there's a tool that gives really good analytics from different channels in one place, you can make reports, etc., then I think it's still really useful to do a deeper research and reach out.
All right then. Okay. Thank you. With that being said, that's like an action point for me. Check out other platforms. Okay.
Yeah, but I will continue with Buffer support because I'm already in touch with them.
All right.
So I mean, they can give us 50% discount if we won't use it in the end because we decide to do something different. Then yeah, whatever. But I'll continue discussing so we don't wait later.
Amazing. Amazing. All right. So yeah, I also touched on the student ambassador program. And we have the what's this now? Yeah, the doc ready. I think I'm supposed to push that on GitHub, but I'm still waiting for 2D to like go through it and see if our criteria is okay, then we can push it to GitHub for review. I think the last thing here is the online store. Because I noticed that I think Adam or Dew cancelled the meeting is set for August 8th. I really do not know why that is, but I noticed he has cancelled the meeting. The meeting is no more on my calendar. So we are still looking at how we can send out these things, but I think most of it has been sent out I saw posts from mentors, from mentees, which are interesting by the way. So I think a lot of mentors and mentees have gotten theirs. So it's left for the TSC members, and probably we just have little left, and they can be shipped to a particular location. So I think before the August 8th, the online store should be, if not fully closed, close to being closed. Yeah.
And we still need to send some swags to London and Paris, right?
Yes, we still need to do that.
But do we shift the discussion about this to the conference working group, or?
Yes, we can do that as well. Yes.
Okay, cool. Because we have a very good friend of us in EPI in Paris, where
Oh.
we could check with him if he's okay to receive the package for us for the conference. And for London, I think it's gonna be fine. I mean, we can
IBM,
check
right?
with IBM, yeah. But I'm pretty sure they'll be fine helping out.
Okay. Cool. Cool then.
So just the student ambassador, just to confirm. So you're so it's available for review, or you're still like doing some tweaks, and because you mentioned some document that you're working on.
Yes, the student ambassador. Yes. The dog, I don't want to open there right now. I don't want to open my Slack right now. So
You can stop sharing.
Stop sharing.
Okay.
Where am I? Nope.
I think that stop sharing window is another window. Yeah.
Yes. I was looking for it. Okay, so this is the dog for the student ambassador. I say to okay. Okay, yeah, seen it. Yep, I'm dropping it in the charts. I hope I give access to everyone. Okay. Yeah. So it's just like another part of, and that aspect for the current ambassador program we have. It's just going to be like a segment. That's the idea for the student, and we removed it from university ambassador because during one of the community meeting we had, a lot of people were asking that is it just for university, like so we had to clear that. It's also open for college students. Like in Nigeria, we have like polytechnics. There are also higher institutions. So we just change it to student ambassador instead. So these are the criteria that we have for it and their duties. And then we added some benefit as well. So open for review. Probably review before we push it to,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we can also do review on because in smaller group, review in Google Docs is fine, but I think eventually we should have a GitHub pull request and then share with the community to get the response, especially if we know someone who's still, even though maybe they're students or they're not students anymore, but they're involved in education, like in educating people at the universities. and we know somebody already that would be a good candidate, we should also actively, I think, reach out to these people, ask them to have a look and share their opinion.
Okay, cool. So, Akshat, do you have anything to say to that?
Not yet. Like I will read the document detail more also and will ask you on that too. Actually, I'm reading right now, and that was also one part that Lucas mentioned that PR should not be, I think, the one such criteria we should like make the student ambassador because like even there's one thing like as also want to ask Lucas that let's say the person is like you mentioned that he is a professor in university or someone who is in the education sector, so should we name it as a part of student ambassador program or it should be like something of ambassador or a sync API ambassador? Because
Uh,
are we only targeting like the student ambassador because like Lucas mentioned that we are going with the education sector and then making it with the professors also. So one such criteria is like the PR should not be the criteria for judging that thing, that making the ambassadors. But the second part is like you mentioned about student ambassadors.
So just to clarify what you're asking, so you're asking to clarify if it's only for students, basically, or
Yeah.
or yeah. I mean, so I haven't seen the document yet, but that's, I mean, by me, probably you're better to answer, but that's what I was asking. Like, so I know, for example, Kaushik, who's not student anymore. But I know he regularly goes back to his college to talk about open source and nothing API. So he, for example, is a good candidate to engage in such program, and he's not student anymore.
Like you want to say like he is not part of college, but he still goes to the college to promote something.
Yeah.
Something like
yeah,
he wants to teach us.
yeah.
Could be, yeah, could be a scene that in that case, like we should then, if we are targeting those people as well, that means that we are targeting professionals currently in the industry too. That may that we will also reach out to them if they want to become the ambassador and want to give sessions regarding the sync API. So in that case, if we are targeting those people to that, it may not be the student ambassador only. He can be called as a sync API ambassador.
Okay. I think I need to put more light to this. So actually, so we have the ASIC KPI ambassadors already. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the right. So we
Yeah.
are bringing this down to the students level. So while Lucas mentioned that the folk that already like no more a student but still like goes to the college to talk about open source and async API is because he still regularly interacts with the students. So he can still stand or he can still serve as a student ambassador because like he constantly still interacts with the students. So the type of individuals that we want in this segment or in this segment of ambassador program are actually students or any folks that still regularly interact with students, right? Students in their universities that are API literates and also already in the Async API community, contributing to open source, contributing to the Async API and whatnot. So that is the type of folks that we are looking for or that our target audience for this particular program.
Okay, so in that case, I think we should like that tweak some of the criteria. Like we can think in a manner that a person who is part of the student clubs, not
Okay.
necessarily a student,
Okay.
he maybe he got graduated from that particular college, but he's still part of the student clubs. He's still interacting with the, so we can have like the judging agreed that he's a part of the any college or school, he's a student, or it can be like he's also a regular contributor or regular user of the Async API, and as well as he's part of any developer community or the student community, I should say. More of a student community, not developer community, because it will then go to the professionals also. So I would better say to the student clubs or student community if he's involved.
Okay, so the student club and student community should be part of the criterias now.
Yeah, means like if we only write in the criteria sector that he should be the student of that any of the college or school, then we are not allowing the someone person who is outside the college and still in the clubs of the college. Maybe not, maybe officially also like he still wants to contribute to the university level clubs for for his or her juniors, I should say.
Okay, all right. Okay then. Thank you for the feedback. I think it's something we can add to it. Awesome.
Okay,
Perfect.
also you mentioned about have at least 3 pull requests merged, but what can we even ask for is like there may be some individuals or the developers, even the students, who may not have contributed to the Async API repositories, but he must have used Async API or Open API specification as part of the projects.
Sorry, can you take that again?
So like not necessarily like let's say a certain individual who is also has a very good knowledge of Async API. He has used Async API spec as part of in his project or may have done some of the tutorials. Like he has a good grasp of the Async API doing it, but he may have not contributed towards the Async API or in any of the repos or have not made any PRs. So should we target those people also, right?
Well, yeah, that is also like welcome. I think I also wanted to make it like super lenient but initially, but then we just realized that it is a role that needs a lot of commitment, and we want people that are already like committed to open source, committed to Async API to pick up the role. Right. So I think that was why we added that specific like, oh, should have contributed to Async API project and get at least 3 pull request merged. But yeah, your suggestion too can be put into consideration. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think that one thing we definitely have to accept of the rules have also we will need to somehow explain to people in simple words what's the difference between Async API ambassador and Async API student ambassador, so people understand. That's what basically questions from Akshat came from. And the second thing is, for example, like the best is if it probably ends up already in GitHub, because for me as well, like in case of Async API Ambassador, we introduced that program a few years ago specifically for the community members that contribute to Async API a lot of their time, but they don't make GitHub contributions. Because we wanted to address somehow this something that many people in open source don't know is that you can contribute to open source without actually writing code or docs or like actually pushing something to Git.
Okay.
That's why we introduced this ambassador program where we had no criteria that anyone has to create pull requests, because they ambassadors were people that preach, talk about Async API. They're not much involved in in development of the spec and tools, but they're consumers of what we produce and they educate others. So that's why we had different criteria: blog posts, articles, presentations. If they find sponsor, it's also counted as a attribution for ambassador. That's why I think it's even for me also confusing why we would expect 3 pull requests from student ambassador, because we can still have a student ambassador, I think, that don't write code or even contribute to docs, but they're very good in organizing student events. They're also use Async API or understand Async API in some different ways, and they're not good only in educating about Async API, but they're actually good in gathering educators and getting them together to talk about Async API. So that's why
Okay.
this 3 pull requests, like we either have to make it optional or we just have to have more explanation on like what it means, like what kind of 3 pull requests really.
Okay. Okay. All
And
right.
one of the suggestions I could have, like, I think from 3 pull request, Bami want to mention to have something like person who has the previous knowledge of Async API. He has made contributions. He has context about Async API and want that quality persons of to get ambassadors of Async API, right? Like with 3 PRs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, uh, yeah, this could be an example from Postman. Sorry, Lucas.
Not taken.
So, like, as they do it for the Postman student expert, like they have certain small assignment or tutorials to first get through those particular completing it out and then making them in terms of ambassador or student expert. So, can we follow some criteria over here? Not stating that we should make any platform, should buy any platform to make sorry to make any async API tutorials over there, but some unique judging criterias either through forms or the any forms inside website or some tutorials built in our website only or somewhere down the line that we can give it to the individuals, like it's open to the public, and when they complete we can give them their particular student ambassador badge, like that.
Okay. It's interesting. I think the conversation will be more interesting when it goes on GitHub. So I'm going to just like push this to GitHub and just um more opinions
Yeah.
from folks.
And I also suggestion from my side. So how we did with the initial Async API ambassador program, it was something new for us. I mean, of course, we did research how others do it, etc. But in the end, when we started doing ambassador program, and I think it's the same principle with your program, is that we wanted to do it because we already knew that there are people in the community that should have this framework around them to support them also, and to also give them this visibility, like payback, like you're already an ambassador, we just don't have the program for it, let's create a program for you. That's what we so it was easy for us to come up with criteria because we were like checking them against the potential ambassadors anyway. So we knew, okay, they're writing articles, they're going to conferences, that's our criteria, that's how we can that was helping us basically a lot to define these criteria. So we didn't have to kind of try to invent them too much. So what you can try with student ambassador is identify potential like people from the community that you already know. They're close with universities. They would be good potential first student ambassadors. And you don't have to reach out to them like to confirm if they would like to be one. It's rather than identify them and then try to adjust, like see the criteria. Okay, so that let's say Kaushik, like Łukasz saying Kaushik is a good candidate because he's talking about Async API on conferences, but also rather closer to students. Now let's see what he did, how he became knowledgeable about Async API, and how criteria should look like that Kaushik or somebody else could become the student ambassador. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yes, yes,
Oh
I
yeah.
totally.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Okay. So those are the action point, and I think that is totally perfect. And this will help us like identify and also move forward with the type of student ambassador that we want in the program. Amazing. Okay, with that being said, thank you very much, Shet. Thanks for coming to this meeting and sharing a lot of ideas and opinions. And thank you to Lucas. Is there any other thing that we want to talk about or?
Yeah, Poland just lost with France in fencing.
Ooh,
So we
Um,
didn't get into the final, unfortunately.
oh, sorry about that. I mean, the other activities that Poland will be participating in. So
Yeah, we're gonna get medal in tennis for sure.
good luck. Good luck in that. All right, then. So go ahead and enjoy your Olympics, Lucas. And thanks, Akshat, once again for joining. And thank you, everyone that is watching via YouTube. Probably, I do not know. And all folks that will be watching this later. Everyone, have a good day. Bye.
Thanks, bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.